This is Tesla. Here are your price targets for Wednesday. We ended the week at $248.42. To the north side from where we are takes us to 3 standard deviations and resistance and a potential take profit area at 250.82. And at 4 standard deviations, we are looking at 252.85. To the south side, back at the middle of the trend, takes us to 244.82 and support and a potential buy-in area. Below that, at -2 standard deviations, 240.87, 238.91, and another level of support and a potential buy-in area would take us to roughly 236.89. Note this gap that I have talked about in the past is still in play. We have not closed it out. This closes out at 239.31. If we make it to -3 standard deviations, it will wipe it out. And if you take a look to the south side, I mentioned many other gaps in the past. This one is also still in play. We are not in that channel, not in that zone, something to be aware of. That would take us down to 224.01. But I noticed all these other gaps that I have tracked in the past have closed. I haven't cleaned up the chart. And this one closed to the downside, touched right there. So this gap that I talked about on December 21 closed out finally. So I will delete this. And this was the upper part of the gap that went down at 251.54. So that is done. This gap that I also tracked, it didn't touch. See how it looks like it touched on this date right here at this time on the 28th. Okay, but it actually touched right here on the 20th at 20:55 military time. Let's see here. I'm terrible at the conversions. I will delete that. It started at 254 and this gap began on the 26th. So we have completed that. That is no longer an issue for us that haunts us to the south side, but there are plenty of landmines still to the south side. And I will continue to update you on those gaps as we get closer. But let's just take a look at the daily time frame. My chart's going to look like a mess. I've tracked this a gazillion times to the north side and to the south side. And slowly, the gaps are getting wiped out. Right here, we are at 248.42. I know it's hard to see, but the middle of the line takes us back to roughly 261.11. That's all I'm going to predict now. Well, let's just give it to you right here. 324.17, and to the south side here, we are looking at -2 standard deviations, and that's 198.06. That is a look at Tesla. I plan on doing a video for Apple and Palantir very shortly. Thank you so much for watching.